We're in Fresno, California. We just finished doing a repair here on the exterior wall. We've already been out once before, and we had a separation at the trap right here in the wall, completely sheared off. And so we repaired it, and then homeowner got a hold of us the next day and let us know that they were still getting water out here on the concrete. We came out, opened up a little bit of stucco, and we found this was plumbed differently. It was a 60-degree offset, and then a 2-inch clean out tee, and then another 60-degree, and all tied back in. So the 60-degree fitting was leaking, so we replaced it and put it all back together. And then, of course, the clean out tee was leaking as well. So after all that, we took it all back apart one more time and went all the way down into concrete. So right now what we've done is we've demoed back all the fittings down to bare pipe, which is in concrete. Never do that. If you're plumbing something, I don't care if you've been doing it 40 years or it's your first time, don't glue something onto a fitting where it penetrates the concrete and then don't leave any room for a repair. Use a band, stainless steel band if you want to, or leave a little hub, leave an inch pipe, or better yet, get it up real high so you got lots of room to work with it. Anyways, that's my little nit and pick. So all the way back down, what we did is the way that it was plumbed originally. You've got iron pipe here, the hot water line going for the laundry sink, and then of course here you got a double, you got a king stud and a trimmer for the window above us, and then of course cold water here, which is faucet out of hose bib, and then also cold water for the washing machine inside. So not a lot of room to get this trap in, and so it was offset 60 T 60. Well, what we did is we just came back in a little creative here, a little sanitary T right there, and then put the cleaner on top. So you still have access to the drain line. If you get a blockage in there, come in here and go ahead and pull that cap off and get your snake in there. So that's the same thing. If you have that sanitary T pointing straight out, which is the way we plumb it, it'd be the same thing. It's one sweep down into the sewer line. So stainless steel band on the bottom, sanitary T, clean out right here, 90 over here, and then of course another band, and then 2x2 inch-and-a-half sanitary T to tie the laundry sink in, then a no-hub coupling, and then of course a 2-inch sanitary T. It's a street, so it glues straight in. New P-trap, and then of course the riser, and it's a 45 coming out of the wall. I'm not going to go in there and take a picture, but it's 45 stubbed out of the wall. Right now we have this hose is running through the exterior, the window here into there, so we're running water down it right now. And then of course right off the top, reduced it to 1.5 and 1.5 60, another no hub coupling or stainless steel coupling there, tied back in. So all we're doing right now is we want to make sure that you don't have any leaking, and so we're just going to let it run for a little bit. That's what happened last time. We did let it run for a while, but after we left, water built up down there, and something, actually there was a total of 3 leaks in here. There was the trap was separate. That was sheared off. This wasn't even connected, so that was dumping tons of water. And then of course a 60-degree fitting, and then the clean out T. So all gone, all new stuff, all the way down to soil. So there's only 1 inch of pipe sticking above ground right there. And that's why we used a stainless steel band. Is you can repair this forever. You can come in here and take this all back apart. I don't recommend it. The cabinet's in the way, and they're going to repair the wall. So from the inside, you'd have to move everything out of the way. But you got a band, you got a band, you got a band, and everything just pulls out of the wall. Worst case, you demo that cabinet out, tile the floor in, forget about the sink, and just call it a laundry room. If that gets to be a problem. Anyway, so this is all demoed back. We got a stucco guy. He may or may not be coming out. We called and let them know we're running a little bit behind. I'm not sure if they got the message or not. So they might still be on the way. I'll call them when we get done here. Right now, we do not see any water building up, pooling up down here. That's what we want. And we're just going to continue to run water down this. We're going to stay as long as we can, make a couple phone calls, maybe go grab something to eat, come back, because we do not want to leave something to chance. Once it's stuccoed, it's hard to get back down there and do repair. Right now, we just pull this strap off, 2 screws, and the only thing that could go wrong, in my opinion, would be sometimes the bands, the no-hub bands, you tighten them down, and they dribble a little bit. There's some ridges, 2 ridges on the top, 2 ridges on the bottom, that help that rubber gasket seal against the plastic, and sometimes it just bleeds through. So what we do is we take another hose clamp or 2, and we put them in between the top one and the bottom one down there. We put 2 more clamps on, clamp it down, and that resolves the issue. And that's it, because it's pipe to pipe. So right now, no water, everything looks good. Outside of that, this installation is done.